Hi everyone, welcome back. First, let's pick color number 1. Open the Procreate brush library and grab the Butterfly 3 multicolor brush. I'll turn up the brush size to 20% and apply the pattern. Let's name this layer 1 Butterfly 3, our first color and the brush name. Next, I'll add a new layer. Choose a darker shade and call it 2. Then I'm going to switch to the Moda For All Shading brush and set the size to 4%. As usual, I'll add shading along the line drawings. Let's start with the burst area. Then the underburst. Next, I'll shade the straps by following the outlines. Now let's move to the waistband and do the same. Here's our line drawings layer. I'll tack it below the shading layer so the lines don't show up. Currently the opacity is at 41%. Since I'm using white for the lines, turning the opacity up too high would make them disappear. I'll keep it around 77% so the lines stay visible while I shade. With this shadow color, I'll place shades just behind the cone areas. These cones rise from the skirt so the back areas will catch shadows. I'll also add shadows on the wrong side of the skirt to show the contrast between the right and wrong sides. Again, there will be shadow behind the cones. I'll also add very light shadows between these two cones. Then I'll keep adding shadows behind the cone areas. Now let's darken the bralette a bit to blend with the skirt shading. I'm gonna hide the fashion figure to see the full outfit. Next, I'll create another layer and pick the highlight color. Let's add highlights to the upper chest where light hits more, and a touch on the straps. I'll also add highlights on the skirt cones since they catch more light. I'm using very light pressure to get a soft glow. Now I will select this line drawing layer and push the opacity to max so the lines disappear. If you're happy with the result, you can stop here, but I want more depth, so let's switch to layer 2 and deepen the shadows a bit more. I don't want to ruin the original, so I'll create a new layer first. This way I can delete it anytime if I don't like the result. Then I'll pick color 2 and add the shadows. Finally, I'll merge the two layers. Now let's select layer 3 again and add finishing highlights with color 3. And there you have your butterfly pattern bralette and skirt. You can find the brushes and color palette links in the description below. See you in the next lesson.